What would you do if you could take any ordinary photo of yourself and transform it into something surreal? I took a quick selfie, and within minutes, I was flying in a private jet, trekking across the desert, and taking in the breathtaking Norwegian fjords. Pretty wild, right? Those kinds of magical transformations are now possible with Nano, the new AI image tool built directly into Google Gemini that has completely changed photography. This tool can take a simple picture, or even just a text description, and turn it into something surprisingly realistic, even accurately capturing the lighting and shadows in complex, dynamic environments. In this video, I'll show you how to sign up for a free account, give you a brief tour of the interface, have a quick chat about prompting, and walk you through creating images out of thin air with text, editing your own photos, blending multiple pictures together, swapping backgrounds, and even bringing images to file as short videos. By the end, you'll be ready to go bananas with your own creativity. Let's dive in. Onboarding, interface walkthrough, and pricing. Getting started with Nano is easy. You don't need any special software. Either download the Gemini app or go to gemini.google.com. For this video, I'll head over to gemini.google.com. When you're there, click Sign in the upper right-hand corner if you aren't already logged in with a Google account. It's that easy. Once you're signed in, you're ready to use Nano. First things first, let's see how to access Nano in Gemini. Luckily, it's super easy. All you need to do is click Create Image beneath the prompt box. That's it. Now, you're using Nano's model and ready to generate and edit to your heart's contents. Alright, now that you know your way around Nano, let's talk about how you can use the text-to-image tool the most effectively. Prompting that works. It doesn't matter how grand your vision is if you can get the AI model to understand what you want. Like most AI tools, getting the most out of Nano often comes down to how you write your prompts. The best thing you can do is avoid ambiguity. LLMs are incredibly smart, sure, but sometimes they're also incredibly dumb. They don't think like we do. Connections that may be intuitive to you or me won't be as obvious to them and should be spelled out. In other words, be as detailed as possible. Don't gloss over the obvious, and leave as little up to chance as you can. For example, the prompt, "city street at night," isn't going to go well. Luckily, I've developed a handy formula that I'll use in this video and share with you. To me, a great AI prompt has 6 components: subject, action, environment, art style, lighting, and context. Remember the simple prompt just mentioned? Well, compare that to this. A busy city street at night under neon signs, with a cloudy sky above and rain-soaked pavements reflecting the lights. Cinematic photography style. Include humans walking on sidewalks and cars driving on the road. The lettering on the signs should be in English and spell realistic business names. Also, the people should wear a variety of clothing. The second prompt gives Nano far more details to work with. This will help the AI create a more complete picture that better matches our expectations. We'll try that prompt out in just a second. Before we do, however, there are a few final tips on prompting. Start simple, then build up. Begin with a basic description of the image you want. To use the formula, think in terms of subject, action, scene. For example, a child playing with a dog in a field. This is a great starting point. Now, add to it. Mention the mood. You can also tell the AI what sort of atmosphere you want. For instance, I might include, despite the lights and bustling activity, the painting should appear dark, almost dystopian. The people walking through the rain should be cold, almost shivering, heads down. Make sure to consider the emotions you're trying to convey with your piece. Should it make people happy, sad, inquisitive, angry, or laugh? Finally, remember you can always iterate. If the first result isn't perfect, you can add another prompt to tweak it. Alright, enough talk. Let's actually get started by creating an image from a simple text prompt. Text to image. All you have to do is type your prompt into the chat box. I'll go ahead and combine the 2 prompts I introduced in the last section and hit enter. Alright, time for the magic. Hit the enter key on your keyboard, or press D in the bottom right of the prompt box. It can take anywhere from 10 seconds to several minutes for the AI to generate your image. So I'll see you when it's done. All right, not too bad. It looks like everything I mentioned was captured, but there are a few things to change. Don't worry, you don't need to re-enter the whole prompt. Nano Banana lets you do more than just one and done images. You can refine and edit the results right in the same conversation. The model remembers the image it just gave you, so you can tell it to adjust something without starting over or having to download and then upload it. In other words, it doesn't treat each prompt in isolation. It retains the vital context needed to make changes. All you have to do is type at the end of your prompt. With that in mind, my next prompt will be this. Good so far, but the lettering on the signs needs to spell realistic business names. Clean up the typography and include the following business names: Cal's Cybernetics, Bird's Bar, and Matt's Market. All right, let's wait and see what the AI can cook up. Not perfect, but we're getting there. As you can see, many of the signs are still rather nonsensical, and this is where AI can really struggle, replicating the nuance and context behind brands and names. Let's create one more image that the AI should have an easier time with. Here's the prompt I'll use this time. A castle along a calm riverbank during a warm sunrise with volumetric rays, with the golden light spilling over misty hills. Birds take flight as the first rays hit the stone walls, turning them amber and rose. The river glows like molten glass. Be inspired by Claude Monet and make the work hopeful, inspiring, and majestic. Moving from the cyberpunk future to the romantic past. All right, let's see how it goes. There we go. That's much better and much easier for the AI to generate. The details are stunning, and even though there's a few issues that stick out to me, the bunker or firing part on the wall isn't censored, and I see a few too many chimneys on the roof, it's a solid start. Now, one neat thing I have to talk about before we move on. Every image Nano Banana creates has an invisible watermark embedded. You won't notice anything, but if the image is ever analyzed by the right tools, it can be identified as AI generated. So try it out. Type a fun idea and watch Nano Banana bring it to life. Next, we'll see how you can give an existing photo or image a complete AI makeover. Edit your own photo. Similar to text-to-image generation, edits are made through prompts. This is why writing detailed, effective prompts is essential. Editing your own photos with just a sentence or two feels satisfying and doesn't take hours like it does in Photoshop. So, I hear you asking, what kind of edits can you do? Almost anything you can describe. Here are some examples of transformations you can try, all without manual editing tools. Change the setting, atmosphere, or effects. For example, add falling snow. Add or remove objects or people. For example, remove the man biking behind us. Change colors, texts, and fonts. For example, change my shirt from black to blue. Adjust appearance or pose. For example, give me a large smile and have my arm leaning on the counter. Switch views or angles. For example, show this house from the other side. Or rotate the image 90 degrees to the left. Implement artistic effects and styles. When Nano Banana was first released, everyone was transforming themselves into collectible figurines. Alright, with that in mind, let's edit a photo of me going for a walk at the beach. I'll start with something simple. Editing out the guy and the trash can over my left shoulder. I'll try this prompt. Remove the guy standing over my left shoulder in the background. Remove the trash can there too. Alright, let's see what Nano Banana can do. That turned out pretty good. Far better than older image generators I've used that just can't get it right. Let's see if it can edit the background, shall we? Here's the prompt I'll use. Get rid of the white streaks in the sky. Make the sky the shade of blue seen over my head, to the left, but also make sure there are cirrus clouds up in the atmosphere. Hey, not too bad. Let's try out one more edit here and see what we get. Here's my prompt. Switch the color of my hoodie from black to white. Let's see what we get. That's so cool, especially because of the lighting differences. The sunlight is being caught by the white hoodie much more, especially on the right side. Black absorbs the sun, whereas white reflects it. So cool that Nano Banana caught that subtle but important difference. After all, it's the little things that can make or break an edited photo from looking realistic. Alright, so now that we've seen how to generate images from thin air and edit existing images, let's start mashing multiple images together, taking the best elements of each to create the perfect photo. Blend and merge multiple images. Nano can also handle multiple images at once and blend them into a single creation. All you have to do is feed the AI 2 or more images and give it a prompt, and it will combine elements from each to create a new, cohesive image. Google recently updated Gemini to allow uploading up to 10 images in a single prompt for blending. But the fewer images, the easier it will be to get what you want. We already saw how to upload a single photo, so I'll go ahead and upload multiple different castles I created. One at sunrise, one at night, and another during the depths of winter. Now I'll type a prompt explaining how to blend them together. Take the gatehouse and bridge over the water in the wintry castle scene and add it to the daylight scene. Also take the banners fluttering over the wintry castle, make them red, and put them atop the day castle. Since everyone is just waking up, have the lanterns and lights still on as shown in the starry night scene as well. Let's see what Gemini can do. Wow, it looks like it did a pretty good job. My instructions seem to have been followed to the letter, and even though there are a few issues that could be ironed out, like the castle walls being different heights and one mysterious floating roof and banner, that's not bad for a first try. I'll try to refine it really quickly. Put your editing hats on. Almost there. Make all the exterior walls the same height, remove the floating tower toward the right, and replace it with lush trees. Not perfect, but going in the right direction. So, what else can you do with image blending? Here are a few ideas. Outfit or object swap. This is popular. For example, take a photo of yourself and a cool jacket from a catalog and wear the jacket without ever buying it. Combine people or subjects. Have a picture of you and another of your friend, or a celebrity maybe. Nano can replace you together. Combine these tools so it looks like we're standing next to each other at the beach. Mix and match elements. You already saw how this works with the castle example, but you can take different elements from each and fuse them to create the perfect picture. At the end of the day, the blending and merging feature lets you get very creative by mixing visuals in ways that would be difficult, if not impossible, in Photoshop. Next, let's do something fun and start messing with backgrounds. Background removal and replacements. What makes this tool unique is its precise understanding of context and depth. Instead of just detecting outlines, Nano recognizes shadows, hair, reflections, and lighting. Things that most AI image generators miss entirely and take ages to mask manually. Of course, you can also replace the removed background right inside Nano with another AI-generated image. Let's see it in action. Alright, so I've uploaded another photo of myself, this time in the studio against a rich purple background. Let's say I really like this photo of me and want to use it for other projects, but not the purple background. I can do that. Here's what I'll prompt. Remove the purple background from this image without changing the lighting or shadows. I'm interested to see if it removes the purple hue from my hair. Well, it looks like it almost did. The rest of the image looks perfect. Time for a follow-up. Remove the purple hue in my hair and make sure that there is nothing left over. Also, make the right side of my hair slightly lighter. Let's see if that gets it done. Hey, much better. Very neat. Let's say I'm making another Jungle Scout tutorial and want a creative, less realistic thumbnail. I'll add a new background with this prompt. Add in a lush jungle behind me. Make it vibrant and bright green. Also add in the Jungle Scout logo swinging on a vine over my right shoulder. This is going to be a tough one. Let's see how it does. Not too bad, though I'm not sure about the toucan. Still, it's pretty cute and seems to fit the aesthetic I'm aiming for. Let's try one more edit to make it a tad better. Make me wear a safari hat and change my shirt to something an explorer would wear while trekking through the jungle. Interesting. It fits but clearly looks fake. The hat especially looks glossy, almost like something you'd see in a clip art. I'm sure that with enough effort and time, I'd be able to change it. So far, we've done a lot with photos, but what if you could take a picture and make it come alive as a video? Well, it turns out you can. Let's take a look at the image to video conversion tool called VO3. From image to video with VO3. Integrated into Gemini and available with a Pro or Ultra plan, VO3 creates videos up to about 8 seconds long, either from a picture or a text description. It even generates audio to match the scene, though this can be a little tough to get just right. And just like images, every AI-generated video includes a watermark. We'll have to switch tools over in Gemini. Click on where it says Create Images and select Create Videos with VO instead. Switching to video will also force you to start a new chat, so make sure you have all your images saved. Alright, I'll go ahead and upload the photo of me at the beach wearing a white hoodie. I'll give it this description. Let's see what video can do. Make the clouds move across the sky. Add a gentle breeze sound. Have the waves lap against the shore too. Videos take longer to create than images, so I'll see you just in a second. Wow, that's actually better than I expected. Still, keep in mind that video generation is a nascent technology. Results are usually impressive, though sometimes a little glitchy on fine details. Let's try making a video just from a text prompt. Here's what I'll use. Aerial cinematic video of the Great Wall of China winding across mountain peaks covered in morning mists. The camera slowly glides forward and tilts to reveal the endless wall stretching into the horizon, with ancient watchtowers emerging through clouds. The art style is realistic and film-grade, inspired by National Geographic drone cinematography. Lighting is soft golden sunrise light, casting long shadows and a warm glow over the stone structure. The context captures the timeless scale and historical majesty of the wall, surrounded by lush green valleys and distant mountain ridges. The mood is awe-inspiring, peaceful, and deeply reflective, evoking the sense of standing before a wonder built by human endurance and time itself. Let's see what we get. Huh, that's a pleasant surprise. Not at all what I had in mind, but it turned out pretty well. Alright, you've now seen how Nano Banana can take you from a simple idea to an animated results, all with plain English. We covered the basics of a good prompt, text to image creation, image editing, image blending, background removal and replacement, and image to video transformation. The best thing to do now is to try it out yourself. The more you experiment, the more you will discover what's possible. Happy creating, and remember, you can always click the link in the description to create an account and generate your first images absolutely for free. Thank you so much for watching.